Hello pupils, this is Dorothy. I'm the Year 3 class teacher. I'm here to talk about an interesting topic in life science, and that is called materials. What are materials, you may ask, and you may want to know. Materials can be referred to as those basic items used to produce technological products, or you can say equipment. Good. So why am I a class teacher in Year 3? I'm a class teacher because I want you to understand this definition. It's not good you cram. It's not good you cram. So on your own, you should be able to understand that materials are those basic items used to produce technological products. And why do I call them technological products? They are finished products. They are no longer in the raw state. For example, if I go to the forest to fell a tree and I fell many trees as possible, it's going to change. As soon as I'm done felling the trees, I bring it to the house as a log of wood, okay? Then being in the state of logs of wood is no longer in the original state as a tree. Do you remember? Now I'm going to further process the logs of wood and I'm going to produce my planks. So I am getting the planks for roofing my building, for producing chairs and table, to manufacture chairs and table, to manufacture kitchen cabinets from the basic item, which was what? The tree in the forest. Now you can use this illustration to actually understand the meaning of what? Materials. Now we are quickly going to discuss the major groups of materials, and there are just 3 of them. And what are they? The wood, the metal, and the plastic. Okay, these are the 3 major groups of materials. I said number 1 is called wood, number 2 metal, and number 3 plastic. Then out of these materials, we are able to get many, numerous, okay, uncountable finished what? Products from these 3 materials. Basically everything we have around us, you can look around in your house. Look around in your house. You must see an item that is made up of wood. You can see your kitchen cabinet, the dining, even the table you are using. Oh, it's not that, isn't it? Okay. Look at the table again. You can see that the legs are made up of metals. Okay, and then we have the plastic, the plates, the cup. Okay, the bowl that you use to wash your hand. They are made up of all these things. So that is it. So having said that, we're going to quickly look at wood. As we said, we have 2 types of wood, okay? So we have the one we call wood. Woods can also be known, it's good you know the other name, can also be known as what? Timber. Wood can also be known as timber. So if I don't want to use the term wood, I can use this other term, timber. Okay? We use it to produce our chairs, our tables, and a whole lot of things I've talked about. So let's quickly go to types of wood. Okay. Types of wood. Okay. We have the one we call the hardwood. Now, this hardwood is produced from plants, okay? They're produced from plants that are called what? Broadleaf plants. Those plants are very known in our countries, okay? Good. Hardwoods are gotten from are gotten from trees. Let me use this to help you. Are gotten from trees with broad leaves. Good. Full stop. Example. Now I'm going to give you an example. Now, if you follow a mango tree, for example, the mango tree has broad leaves, isn't it? Now, the log of wood you get from that mango tree that you fell is called a hardwood. So, we have the mango tree, we have the iroko, we have the obeche, we have the mahogany. All these are examples of what? Hardwoods. Examples, let me give you the one you know. We have the iroko, we have the mango tree, we have the obeche, and we have the one we call the mahogany. Make sure you remember. Good. Now, we have the one we call softwood. From the name, what do you think softwoods are? Softwoods are gotten from trees that their leaves are what? Tiny. They are like pines, needle-like. Okay? The woods that we get from such trees are called softwood. But then there is a mix-up somewhere, isn't it? One would say that, oh, iroko with broad leaves, looking very pleasant to the eye, should have a very soft wood, but that's not the truth. And then these ones that we term the softwood, that looking at the nature of the tree and the leaves, needle-like, they should produce very hard wood, but that's not it. Do you know why? Okay, so there is something we call dicotyledons and monocotyledons. That is the big difference. We shall discuss that in our next class. So let's get to the board. Softwoods are gotten from trees with needle-like. I would like to use this. With needle-like leaves is better. It's well spelled like this. Examples of softwood. We have the pine tree. The pine tree is there. We have another one, the yelm tree is there. We have the Douglas fir. The Douglas fir is an example, and so on, etc. There are many of them. Okay, good. The Douglas fir. This is F-I-R. Douglas, D-O-U. The Douglas fir. Good. Now, all these are examples of softwood. So I'm going to look at another topic, which is called the metals. The metals are there. Good. This is very interesting. Basically, most things that we have around us are produced from these particular basic objects called the metals. Okay, so I'm going to show you some things that are gotten from woods. Okay, let's look at this. Can you see them? Can you see the things that we can get from woods? All these objects here are gotten from woods. You get them all from woods. Do you see them? Good. All right. Now we have the chair and all of them. So we can produce these materials from woods. Now we look at the metals. Why is it that the metals are very special? Okay, good. The metals are raw materials. Metals are raw materials that contain iron. Did you see that? Good. Metals are raw materials that contain iron. And there are two types of metals. We have two types of metals. So you will know that because you're in year 3. We have the one we call the ferrous metal. And then we have the one we call non-ferrous metal. So why do we call this one ferrous? It attracts magnets. Good. It attracts magnets. And then the non-ferrous, it does not attract magnets. It does not attract magnets. That is it. Good. Now, when you go higher in class, you will understand there are some of these metals that we say that it easily gets what? Rusted, and then there are some that do not rust. Good. Aluminium is a metal, but it doesn't rust. Isn't it? Good. Zinc is a metal, it doesn't rust. But you find out that iron rusts, copper rust. Do you understand? Good. So we have some of the things that are produced from metals. We have the iron gate. We have the steel spoon. Can you see them? Good. Can you see it? Good. These are the things that are produced from metals. And then I have the one we call plastics. Okay? This is like my A. Then this is B. Make sure you copy your notes well. And C, we call them what? Plastics. Okay? Plastics are gotten from rubber and byproducts of petroleum. Byproducts of crude oil. Let me use that. Good. In fact, if you want to get plastics in a very big quantity, you must target to get it from the crude oil, because when you look at the rubber can only give you little quantity at a time. So we get plastics from either rubber or from the byproducts of crude oil. Then we have two types of plastics. We have the one that we call the types of plastics. We have the one A, we have the one I, we have the one we call thermoset, and we have the one we call thermoplastic. I'm going to explain these two so that you can know their differences. Good. We have the one we call thermoplastics, and we have the one we call thermosets. Okay, so the thermoplastics are the plastics that when you heat it up, it becomes soft. Do you understand? Good. They become soft and they begin to melt and flow like liquid. But the thermoset is those plastics that they do not heat up by fire or heat. They don't melt and change to liquid. That is why the handle of your mommy's pot in the kitchen, if you go to the kitchen to check, the handle of that pot never gets salt, and it's made up of plastic. It doesn't melt. It is made up of what? Plastic. It's because that is a kind of plastic known as what? Thermosets. But the one that we use to produce things like this is called what? Thermoplastic. If I throw this into the fire, it's going to melt and become liquid. Do you understand? Good. Now, if I throw this into the fire, look at this very well. The base of this globe, this is a thermoset, okay? Whereas this is a thermoplastic. The other one is a thermoset. This can never do what? Melt. It will never get heated up. It will remain at a very good room temperature till you are done cooking or till you bring it out of the fire. Do you understand? Good. So I'm going to give you a picture of all the things that can be produced from plastic. So you have this here. You can see the plastic cup, plastic funnel, plastic spoon. See them? A whole lot of them. See them. What we can use plastics to do. Can you see them? Good. Can you see them? Good. All these things are gotten from plastics. Good. And then you look at these ones. These ones are gotten from metals. You can see uses of metals. Okay. If I turn over to the next leaf, you can equally see the uses of metals. They are all in your textbooks. Okay. So good. This is all we want to learn in this section. Okay. So for your assignment, you are going to, okay, this is all we've learned for today's class. We've learned about the raw materials, and then the byproducts from them. The byproducts are the things I showed in the picture, which I called the technological products. And the basic items are wood, metals, and then plastics. Good. So on your own, I would like you to state the 3 uses of the following raw materials: wood, metals, and plastic. Go to the comment section and then you spell it out and state them out. If you have any reservation for this class, I wouldn't mind, okay? You can comment on it, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ava Academy. We'll keep giving you more than just education. Till we meet in our next class. Bye.